story.
Yeah.
This is the biggest, like, yeah, we know. But just for everybody, and I want to make it 100% clear, this is our friend Peter Daou, who we've all had our backs and forths with Peter Daou.
Bless his heart.
Bless his wonderful heart. He means well. His story still from Clinton operative to where he is now is still a remarkable move, and appreciate where he's been and what he does. And I like this article, and I really wanted to share it. So he's saying that the Democratic Party is not remotely far left, and I can't agree more. Okay, so one of the most common refrains in American politics, again, that they've moved too far left, but spoiler alert, they haven't. And if for anyone that hasn't, that doesn't know, that Peter has a Substack called Direct Left. So everybody go subscribe for free, for sure, and let's move. So on April 29th, okay, we had this Elon Musk. You know, the far left hates everyone, themselves included, right? And of course, everybody says that everyone's moved too far left. And he says when he launched Direct Left, and he knew it would be tough to debunk deeply entrenched myths about leftism in America. Now, he's going to define what he thinks leftism is in a second, and I'm not
right. Of course, he is.
It's pretty good. Among the biggest of those myths is that the Democratic Party is leftist. And again, he's using a mic from PA, which is not exactly what I would consider to be a leftist either. But he's pointing out the obvious here, which is that the Democrats are not left. And even Mike from PA can figure that out. But if anything, they regularly join Republicans in bashing leftists and pushing the too far left talking point. And as he detailed in a recent piece, Barack Obama waded into 2020 primary to warn candidates against echoing certain left-leaning Twitter feeds. Who is that? Right? So,
wonder who.
Right? So again, that's our friend over at Direct Left, Peter. Being one of those activists, he created the hashtag Too Far Left to criticize Obama's remarks, and it caught on, trended worldwide, was covered by the New York Times, right? Here, I'm too far left because I want kids to be in a safe in school, because I want people to live in dignity, because I seek justice and equality, because I think healthcare and housing are human rights. And this was 2.5 years ago already, right?
Right.
This guy, he's been pretty consistent in that. And honestly, you know, he went from literally a Clinton operative. I mean, you want to talk about a Hillbot. I mean, he used to run the Hillbots, right? Faced with that question at a 2022 press conference, what did he say? That he's mainstream and not socialist. Yeah, I beat the socialist. Don't we remember that? Didn't he say I beat the socialist? Yeah. Right? Sure. So the idea is that there's anything leftist about status quo Joe, right? Exactly. Is absurd on its face, but that doesn't deter the corporate media from demonizing and discouraging. Slight shift away from oligarchic control, which again, even Peter gets this. Even Mike from PA, like, this is good that this is becoming widely accepted among anything to the left of the Democratic Party. I like hearing this, okay? And these are people, granted, to the right of most of us, and that's okay. To the idea that the idea that it's a bad thing to be leftist has been ingrained and normalized across the political spectrum. I don't know if I agree with that, but I guess it has been demonized on the right wing. And the characterization of what a leftist exactly is, and that's what he's going to talk about, is the crux of the issue is how to define the left. And that's why I picked this article, which is merely a direction. Left. If you set the starting point at white supremacy, anyone can be described as being to the left, which makes too far left meaninglessly vague. So let me restate the definition that he's using at Direct Left. And again, I don't think this is terrible. Okay. Nikes. Oh, here it is. A leftist strives to eradicate existing systems of oppression, discrimination, and exploitation by fundamentally restructuring how humans coexist and cooperate. I don't think that that's unfair. I mean, I'd really got to unpack and see exactly what that means. But I don't think that in general that I disagree with anything in that statement, right? So, again, by any reasonable standard, the current Democratic administration is too far right than left. Exactly. They are continuing Trump's border atrocities, caging migrant children, militarizing the police, expanding an already bloated military budget, larger than Trump's, much larger than Trump's. Right? It makes me crazy every day. Pushing tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires.
Millionaires and billionaires.
Millionaires and billionaires. We're going to have Jesse cut
millionaires and billionaires.
Right, exactly. Approving more oil drilling than Trump, right? Blocking every avenue to popular leftist policies. Hardly moving left. Yes, thank you, Peter, for calling this out. Right? Again, this is what a leftist does. Strives to eradicate existing systems of oppression, discrimination, exploitation by fundamentally restructuring how humans coexist and cooperate. We need to rethink things and we need to reimagine them. So I can't argue with that. Again, so here, this is INN brother Daryl, Black in the Empire.
I know that guy.
We know that guy.
What's up, Daryl?
All right. Supposedly, left party has embraced Liz Cheney, Bill Kristol, and George Bush. They're not even pretending anymore. And this was, again, January 20th. Yeah. I know this guy, too. Starbucks unions form like Voltron. Mm-hmm. All right. Never forget, working class America was poised to get a modest, overdue win in the form of $15 minimum wage. The Democrats let the parliamentarian out of the box. They keep them in to make sure that didn't happen. Now, Republicans, Democrats. Again, this was just a couple weeks ago. But they did put in a federal $15 minimum wage, which was Joe Biden's power. I will give the slight credit there, though, of course, it's up to Congress to send him a bill that raises the minimum wage across the country for non-federal employees. All right. But here's a Peter tweet from January. Right. Pelosi prayed for Trump while Biden perpetuated his policies and telling me Democrats move left. Yeah. So, again, nothing remotely leftist about the Democratic Party, which is half the capitalist corporate-owned duopoly. If anything, fascism is in full view in politics, policies, and policing across the country, but you'll never hear too far right in corporate media and political establishment, unless they're talking about what happened in Buffalo and extremism and mass shootings, because that's always too far right, of course.
Right.
But that's because the oligarchs and their minions in government like it that way, unless they go after, they're Steve Scalise. Once in a while, it's not someone who's too far right, but they don't want to talk about any of that. They don't want to talk about poverty. They don't want to talk about a lot of things. They want to serve as platitudes. They want to send out Bernie and AOC to an Amazon rally. They want to. It's frustrating as hell. I know. I'm right there.
Yeah.
So
it did look good. It looked great though. It did look good.
It looked good.
I'm liking the new look. It's a good brick.
It's a good brick.
A good brick.
I like that. Okay, so what I did not do was switch over because we're in studio mode. So now we're in two shot. And everybody sees you and me side by side instead of the thumbnail. Yay! Okay, now I got it.
If people could see what all these things are named, it would be way better.
No.
Like I'm pretty sure that's called Just the Two of Us, right? I remember.
Not anymore. It's called Bird and Reef now.
Dang.
I changed it.
That sounds like a buddy's cop show, so I'm okay with that.
Well, because just the two of us, when I've got friends of Indie Left, it's also just the two of us. So I have to designate which one this is. So yeah, because we're now doing multiple shows because we're lunatics. Yes,
we are.
We are kind of lunatics. Crab is in the chat. Okay, so yeah, let's go into.
What's up, Crab?
We've got Crab. We've got Eric. We've got Dingo. If you went left to Biden, then you run into white supremacists. Well, is that the new horseshoe theory? Yeah, Peter Daou.
Well, I mean, it's funny. It's funny because now right wingers are out lefting like pretty hard. So
Here we go. Shadowban. All this arguing of what is left, horse pucky. Left-right is arbitrary, subjective, and relative, created by cock mongrels in powdered wigs writing with feather pens by candlelight. Fun fact.
Shadowban, it sounds like you're trying to steal my line, Shadowban.
Okay,
That's what it sounds like.
If you're arguing about
Sounds like you're trying to steal my line
of group identity and how it must identify, you're probably more individualist than you think. The left is dead. So is the right. Let us move on and forward.
What's my catchphrase?
Labels are bad, stay independent. Labels
Goddamn
are bad,
right.
stay independent. Yeah, man.